Welcome back to round 2 of the short shag. I'm going to show you a few styling tricks to really help with your clients, but I'm mostly really excited to show you the texturizing and debulking of this haircut. I'm Angie from Shears. Let's get right into it. Of course, we first apply the product, something that is for curly hair or waves, something that will enhance your client's natural texture. Then going in with your comb and finessing the hair just the way that you want it to lay once it's dry. And then you can go in with a diffuser. The diffuser is going to help pop out their natural texture in the hair, which is great for these short shags. So now that you've seen tips on how to dry this cut to make it nice and flowy, we're gonna go right into my favorite part, the texturizing. And I'm gonna use my 7-tooth texturizers. Now, can we use these when the hair is wet? Because our clients are running late for an event and they just needed a cut and they're not getting dried. Yes and no, but here's the thing. With wet hair, it tends to clump together. It's more solid, so if it's dry, the hair is a little bit more free-flowing, so you're actually gonna be cutting a little bit less. When the hair is wet, it's all together, so you might have a risk if you're using these shears to create some oops. So I like to do this when it's dry, and if they wanna do something when it's wet and they're running late, maybe we pick up our regular shears and notch into it instead. I'm going to get right into this haircut. So with her, I'm finding a little heaviness right here where we disconnected with this cut. And in the back, see if we could see this here, she still has a little bit of a graduation, which I actually don't mind, but I want to lighten that up a little bit. Again, a spot where we disconnected so that way everything wasn't just so. So with this, I want to start in her front area where we're going to see this the most. And I'm just going to go in. Again, this is dry hair. So with these texturizers, they really help create some short pieces and long pieces that we already have in there. In doing that, short hair pushes long hair and it really helps the hair flip and flow with ease. So with this, I'm using a comb to just create a diagonal forward section. So that way I have some control here. And this is where we have some disconnection from our underneath and our top. What I'm going to do is pull this hair straight up. Let's bring you this way. There we go, that's great. So I'm gonna pull this hair straight up and I'm gonna cut underneath my fingers. The reason being, with her hair dry, if I were to hold it down low, the hair flops and I have a risk of getting too much. So I wanna see what I'm doing. I'm lifting the hair up with a light tension and I'm going to point cut with these shears. So I'm going in and doing a short to long. I know it looks scary, but we're not taking too much. The cutting part of the shear is where the notches are. Again, taking that hair down, going back in, and I'm going to do another diagonal point cutting in with it and scooping out. Doesn't take out a crazy amount. It's not as scary as it looks. And then as we bring her down, you can really see that that helped shatter that up a little bit more. So let's continue doing that throughout the front region of her head. If I bring this out, again, I'm cutting underneath my fingers so that way I have enough to cut and I'm making sure I don't go all the way down to her scalp. If I do that, you're gonna create some problem spots for when it grows out. I personally don't like to texturize multiple areas at once because it can overdo it and create some scary moments. We can just really see how that really helped lighten that area up. When I get to the back here, I'm simply just looking for the heaviness in here. Maybe I want these pieces to flip out a little extra. So I'm going to, again, bring this up, maybe get my clip. I'm gonna section away the hair that's laying perfectly for me. And the areas that I want to get rid of is where I'm going in here. And instead of holding the hair straight out this way, maybe we want to go horizontal. Lift it straight off the head. And again, I'm going in and point cutting with this one. This is gonna help it lay almost as if it was razor cut, but if you're really scared of the razor and we still don't wanna touch them, This is a great option. You don't want to overdo it, as with everything. Little goes a long way. We can see here how this is pretty heavy. So watch as I lift this up. Taking my 7-tooth shears, going in at an angle and cutting down. You can see how much that really helped lighten up this weight right in here and helps it when we go into a piecey look. Look at that. Let's do this one more time in this section. And that's just beautiful. We can also go in and do some slide cutting. With this, we are really just going to be a little bit more intentional with where we want pieces taken out of. If we really want a piece defined, go in and open and close slowly and help add those wisps. Go in again, slowly opening and closing, going right into that length, keeping the length there. So between the combo of the 7-tooth and my slide cutting, I can really get some great personalization in here. Let's get into her bangs. I am going to show you her fringe, and this is now, get up close with that. I'm going to do the same thing that I was doing before. I'm lifting this out, move her this way. And I just want a little extra pieciness here. So could I lift the hair up and point cut? Absolutely. Is that going to do anything down here? No. So we do notching. We can notch. That's going to take out a little bit, which does a good job, but wait till you see the 7-tooth. I'm going to lift this hair up. I want to keep some length here, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before where I point cut into it. I know it's scary, it's their bangs. You want to make sure that they don't have any calyx where you're doing it, because this is going to give you some lightened pieces. So with lightened pieces, you don't have the weight there to hold down calyx and things like that. So that's where you just want to really be a little bit more concerned with. Let's do this side corner here. And you can see it's not as scary as it looks once you really go into it and use these. Just look how that really shattered up those lines, any weight in here. In this front ear area, I do want to create some petals. So we could always do multiple ways to do that. I'm going to use the 7-tooth shears just to show you what this does to help define these pieces. I'm going to go short to long on the bottom. I don't want to be too close to the scalp. I'm angling up towards her eye, and I'm cutting down. I know you're scared. Wait and see how that just really shattered those pieces up. So now when she's a tucker, she can bring those pieces back, and just 1 second it took me to do that. Amazing. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, let's lift this hair up in front of the ear where we like to have some pieces coming down, a little bit more face framing pieces. Let this hair rest down. And if it doesn't, you can always use your comb. I'm going to go in, leaving this hair a little bit shorter and this hair longer. So I'm pointing my comb in. Sorry, pointing my shears in, angling them. So I have enough length here, no calyx, and I'm clamping down. You could see the definition here. And look how piecey she is. This is very similar to going in and using a razor cut or going in and slide cutting, but it's just a little bit quicker, and it is fantastic, let me tell you. I have clients who really like it to be shattered at their front hairline, and it's really difficult to do that sometimes when you're just doing the slide cutting. So really going in there with these shears really helps debulk the hair right in those areas and creates those nice little petals that we have going on with minimal work. It's all about making it as easy as possible for us. And we'll do just a tiny bit at the top. I mean, come on, is this not the most beautiful short shag lived-in texture that you've ever seen? I mean, what's not to love? I know it's scary, but definitely try these tricks out. I hope you loved it, and if you did, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment on anything that you loved about it or any tips you need in the future. And as always, hit the bell for notifications on our newest videos coming to you.